Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy James from What's Your Forte, and today I'm gonna be flashing my Porsche Macan with the APR UltraLink. All right, let's get to it. All right, so previously, if you wanted to flash your Porsche Macan with APR, you would have had to have taken it to an APR authorized dealership or shop. Now, APR has created the APR UltraLink where you can flash at home with the APR software. Those that are not new to the channel know I previously flashed my Porsche Macan with the Cobb Stage 1, and now we're going to go to APR Stage 1. I do plan on getting some dyno numbers, so if that's something that interests you, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I go get dyno numbers. Today's video is just going to be about the APR UltraLink and the tuning process and how to go through that. I got this APR UltraLink from Keys Motorsports. It is $129 and it'll be linked in the description below in case you want to pick up yours. So the one thing good about the APR UltraLink, if you have a lot of Volkswagen Auto Group products, which could be Porsches, Volkswagens, etc., Audis, you can use, all you need to do is buy one UltraLink and then you can tune the rest of your cars with that one UltraLink. So that's the one thing good about the UltraLink. You don't need to buy it once and then you can go ahead and tune the other cars. Now, the price of the tuning maps and software is going to vary car to car. So you will have to buy the software from APR on the website, but the actual dongle, the tuner at home, you only have to buy once. So that's the one thing good about the UltraLink. So now let's go ahead and see what you get in the box. All right, everyone, so this is the actual UltraLink box. This is like the cover they send it to you, and then everything comes in this box right here. So in the box right there, they do give you the URL for the UltraLink website. I'll pop it up on the screen in case you can't read that. But so they give you the website there that you'll have to use, and we'll get more into that a little later. But inside the box, you'll get the actual APR UltraLink dongle, which looks right here, and then you'll also get this cord. So this is a USB-C to USB-A type cord that you'll need to hook to your laptop. I think also on the box, you do get some red APR stickers, which are right there in case you want to show off, let everybody know you ain't stopped, you know what I mean? So that's nice right there. So that's everything in the box. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now let's go ahead and talk about the installation process. All right, so what you want to do first is on the Porsche Macan, you see that little purple little port right there? That is your OBD port. So you want to plug the APR UltraLink into that port right there. So it's pretty straightforward. You just kind of, the APR side is going to be facing you, and then you just kind of plug it right in there. So I'm trying to do this blind, and it's probably not going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this now off camera because it's kind of hard holding the camera and holding this dongle. All right, so once you have it plugged in, you'll see that little blue light right there you see flashing. That is going to let you know that you have connection and that everything's good to go. So now let's go ahead and get to the second part. All right, so now what you want to do is plug the USB-A part up to your laptop like this. And then you'll go to the ultralink.go APR website. And this is kind of what it's going to look like right here. So what I'm going to do is just turn the car to the on position just so I can make sure I establish connection and everything's good to go. What you want to do usually when you tune your car too is go ahead and turn your headlights off and then also turn your radio off and make sure it's not connected to anything that could interrupt the tuning process. All right, so now since we're on the APR website, I'm just going to go ahead and log in. If you have not created a login, you will need to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and just log in now. All right, so now once you logged in, you'll get to the home page here. And one thing that I want to talk about too right now is you do have to use the Chrome browser to do this. And they recommend using a PC laptop or because you need Windows. Now you can use a MacBook, but you will have to run an emulator for Windows, and then you'll have to make sure that it's using Chrome as well. So if you, for the MacBook users out there, you will have to use a emulator for Windows and then run Chrome. But for the PC guys, you can just run it on Chrome as your main browser for this, and you should be good to go. So now, since we are at this point, it's going to ask you to opt into the email. I just went ahead and did it because if you have any updates, anything like that, they can send it to you via email. So now what you want to do is create a tune. Now the update UltraLink is here. but they're going to automatically update it whenever you try to create a tune. So you might as well just go ahead and go straight to create a tune. So this is where you would go to actually create a tune. Actually, you can do custom tunes and all that. So this is where you'll go here. So we'll go to create a tune. And then it says right here, we will need to identify your vehicle. This may take at least 1 minute. So it says make sure the vehicle is in the on position, which mine is already is, and make sure everything's connected, which it is. So let's go ahead and hit continue. And then it's asking you, it wants to connect to the serial port, the one that's paired, so that's good. So then we'll hit connect there. And now it's just going to do its thing. All right, so right now it's doing a firmware update, which I told you it kind of would do. So that's cool there. Says your device is 100% up to date. So we'll hit close. Then at this point, it says we're on the vehicle screen. So it says the following vehicle and hardware has been identified. If this is correct, click configure. So you just want to make sure that that's your VIN. You want to make sure that that is your engine, and make sure everything's cool, which it is for me. So we'll hit configure ECU. Now, after you hit configure ECU, this is where you're going to choose your stage tune for your car. And you have a stage wizard, or you can just kind of go through and choose the stage. So depending on what your car is, you'll have either stage 1, stage 2, etc. If you have different, if you have like a GTI or anything like that that has alternate turbos, if APR has a tune for it, all that will pop up here. So I'm just going to do stage 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit stage 1. If you don't have that, they don't have a tune for you, you can hit request programming to request your own tune. So I'll hit next there. Then it says select the desired octane. So it looks like they have 91, 93, 100 octane, and 104 octane. Now I actually can get 100 octane here. We do have 100 octane pumps in the area where it's like $10 a gallon. So if y'all want to see me run 100 octane and get some numbers on that, hit that like button. You get this video up to 200 likes, I'll run 100 octane and pull some numbers on that. But for right now, we're just gonna do 93 because that's cheap. Well, cheaper. All right. Then we'll hit finish. Oh, hit the wrong button. Now it says please wait while your file's being created. It's like, then this is just kind of a summary of everything here. And then it kind of lets you know your total. If you haven't already purchased anything, then it'll let you know what your total is going to be for this particular session. Mine has already been paid for, so there's no fee for me. So we'll hit continue. Complete, I'm sorry. Then once we hit complete, it says validating. Please make sure the vehicle is in a safe location. Battery charger is recommended. Recommended voltage is above 12 volts. The hood may need to be open and the engine not running. It's just letting you know that, hey, don't tune unless you know your car is good, safe, and ready to be tuned. So usually tuning, like I said, I just kind of went over it. Tuning tips: make sure your headlights are off, make sure your radio is off, everything in the car is off, air, fans, everything is off. You don't want any power going to anything else except for the tuning process. And also just put on your seatbelt because that matters as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my seatbelt on because my seatbelt is not on because you don't want the car to go to sleep. It says battery voltage, click to update. Let's see. Okay, so it tells you need at least 12 volts. If not, you need a battery charger. Mine is at 12.1, so I'm good to go there. So let's go ahead and configure my vehicle. ECU program is in process. It is currently 6:05. So let's see how long it takes. I'll come back. I don't want to let y'all sit here and wait with me. So 6:05, let's see what time it is when it finishes. All right, everyone, so I am back. It says that the vehicle programming has completed. You can now start your vehicle and unplug your UltraLink cable. So it said, I think we started at 6:05. It is now like 6:11. So that means it took 5 and 11. So it took 6 minutes. And that's pretty typical for your first flash. It's usually your longest one. I'm assuming that whenever I have to flash again, if I do the 100 octane map, it'll be a little quicker because it already has that stored data in there on the car. So the one thing I do know at this point, it doesn't really tell you, but usually just from my tuning history, once you get finished doing a tune, you always turn the car off to the off position, wait about 10 15 seconds, and then I'll turn the car on to see how everything is. Now there are some warning lights still on the dash, as you guys can see right here, but all that should go away once I turn the car off and then wait 15 seconds and turn it back on. So let's do that now. So turn the car to the off position. All right, moment of truth. I'm getting ready to turn the car on. Let's see what happens. All right, car is on. We're looking good. Dash right there. No warning lights. Nothing's on the dash. Everything looks good. Okay. A little few revs there. Okay. We are good. That's it. Cool. All right, as you guys saw, that was really simple, really easy. APR really makes this pretty simple. So now what I'm gonna do is take the car around the block and then we'll see how it feels. So I do have the APR throttle booster, so I'm gonna turn that back to stock so I can really get a stock for stock comparison without the throttle booster. And then I'm gonna turn the throttle booster to my normal setting, which is I think 150%, and then see how the car feels with that and give you guys my realistic first impressions. All right, let's get to it. All right, everyone. So like I stated before, I do have the APR throttle booster. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back to stock, which is the number 2. Number 1 is actually valet mode. So I'm gonna put it on level 2 just so I can get an accurate, feeling, so I can get an accurate comparison. Like I said, we are gonna be dynoing the car very soon to get numbers. And I will be doing a 0 to 60 test and all that, comparing it to what I had before. So if you do want to see all that, like I said, get subscribed. So now let's go ahead and hit the road. All right, guys, so I'm just trying to get out of my neighborhood here. But on paper, the APR is supposed to be about the same amount of torque as the Cobb tune. And then it's supposed to be about 40 to 50 more horsepower. So we're going to see if we actually feel that extra horsepower, man. So I really hope we do, because I think this car had a very good amount of torque. I think I dynoed at 400 foot-pounds of torque on the Cobb tune, but it did lack a little bit up top. So hopefully they added some more horsepower on the APR tune, and something that I can really feel. As of right now, just driving around, the car feels like stock, because I'm just driving around. So once I hit this main street out here, I'll be able to get on it a little bit. Then I'll hit the highway, be able to get on a little bit, and we'll really be able to tell from that point. I will say, immediately I feel the difference in the throttle with not having a throttle booster on. Like getting used to driving with the throttle booster and then driving the car now, it is like night and day. Like the throttle booster is definitely needed on these cars. Sorry it's so bright. I'm gonna see if I can darken it up for you guys. The sun out here is beaming, but yeah. So just driving on the car regular. We're not in. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm putting in sport. So now we're in sport, still throttled regular. So let's go ahead and see if I can feel the difference here. There's gonna be a lot of cars out in Charlotte right now because it is street car takeover, and this isn't like the lane cutoff type donuts, guys. This is an official race event. Okay. Car felt pretty good right there. I just really am missing the throttle booster. I didn't realize how much a difference it made until now, just driving the car without it on. So let's go ahead, take this turn. All right, let me get on it. Okay. Okay. Got a little backfire on the shift. Car got up to speed pretty good. Okay, APR. Car got up to speed really good right there. Let's go ahead and stop playing. Go ahead and turn the throttle booster to my normal. Actually, let's go 4. 4 I think is 175. So let's go ahead. Oh, okay. that downshifted really quick, and it got up to speed pretty good. That's pretty good. So one thing I do want to check too. So with the Cobb, so I do have my PSI gauge here. So on the Cobb Tune, I was able to get 16 PSI max in comfort, and then 15 PSI max whenever I went to sport. So right now I'm just getting ready to punch it to see what PSI I get. 15. So I'm still getting 15 with APR. So it's all about how they apply it. So let's go ahead and put the car back in the comfort. And then let's see if I get 15 on this one as well. So I'm about to punch it. 16. So I don't know if it's just a car thing or if it's a sensor thing, but this is doing the same thing that the Cobb did. In comfort, you get up to 16 PSI, and then it's saying in sport, you only get 15 PSI. So I don't know if that's a limitation of the actual drive logic or if it's just a limitation of this reader. We'll have to data log to see how accurate that is, but it's showing the same thing. So in regular mode, you get up to 16 PSI, and then also in sport, you're getting 15 PSI. But let's put it back in sport, because that's what we're here for. I'm going to throw it in the manual shifting, control it myself, downshift, let's go. Car definitely feels like it has more up top, which is where the car needed it. Because down low, the car was already pretty strong, but now up top, it feels like it can move out a little bit. Like, it's not like night and day difference, but it does feel a little bit faster, which is good, because this car needed all the speed it can get. So I'm actually going to get off, and then we're going to hit the ramp one more time just so I can verify my hypothesis. Drop the gear, disappear. All right. Test that handling out. Feels good. Punch. Okay. Pretty decent. It feels a little bit faster. Is it 50 horsepower faster? We will find out. It does feel a little quicker up top. Feels like the car pulls a little bit in the higher gears, but we will find out how much faster it is. But first impressions, overall, I'm impressed. And then now we're able to tune at home, and I still now have a race gas map that I need to try out too. So there you go. All in all, I'm happy. Good job, APR. All right, everyone. So my first impressions, the APR tune is pretty good. So I did notice that I can hear my intake a little bit more, and I get a little more burbles, little light farts with this versus the Cobb, which is this car needs as much sound as it can get. So I'll take it. The car does seem to pull a little bit higher in the higher RPM range versus the Cobb. That could just be a placebo maybe, but we will verify what my butt dyno is saying when we get this car on a dyno and be able to compare the two dyno graphs. So like I said, if you want to see that content, make sure to subscribe. I'll be bringing that content to you very, very soon. So yeah, man. So that's gonna be today's video. APR UltraLink. If you are looking for one of these, you can get it at Keys Motorsports. All you need is the UltraLink module. Very cheap. Get that from Keys Motorsports. They'll send it to you super quick, and you can go ahead and start tuning at the house with APR. So again, special shout out again goes to the Keys Motorsports and the team over there for getting this shipped to me super quick. And also shout out to APR for building such a good product. So that's gonna be today's video, and I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Peace.